Well, hello internets, here we are. Thought something I would share with you today. I did something that I reached a little bit of a milestone on, something I've been struggling with for a while. I know it's not something that is super exciting or super important or really a big deal for most people, but it's something that is for me that I've been struggling on, and I actually was able to do it for the first time in at least 2 to 3 months anyways. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So here we go. Well, spoiler alert, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I went out and bought groceries. Like I said, it's not like it's ran a marathon or bought a truck or bought a house or got married or anything that most people would care about. But for the last probably 6-8 months, probably closer to a year, maybe a year and a half, I've been struggling with grocery stores. The crowds in the grocery stores or stores in general sometimes are a little too hard for me to handle. The noise, the ambient noise in grocery stores can be a little too much sometimes. I swear that some stores actually pipe in ambient noise to make the store seem that it's busy even when it's not. I used to be able to shop virtually any time in any crowd conditions in basically any store. However, like I said, a year and a half ago, I started having trouble. I started having issues when I go into stores, just not being able to complete my grocery order, having to leave, either abandon my cart altogether or abandon my list and quickly pay for my items and head back out to the vehicle. You know, I've tried multiple different grocery store locations because that's the way I used to shop. I used to go to this store because it had the best deal on bulk goods. I used to go to this store because it had the cheap prices on, some of the things I liked. And then I would go to this other store because it had the best prices on the best quality of meats. And I had to stop doing that because 2 out of those 3 stores were very, very, very crazy during this last year and a bit. I understand there was a certain degree of panic and what do you want to call it, unnecessary urgency that people were feeling. But even when I would go at the so-called non-peak times, when the parking lots were empty, the stores would still be loud. Even though they weren't busy, you wouldn't meet another person in very seldom meet another person in the aisles. It would still be busy. The staff, were like masked up and gloved up and sanitizered up and hiding behind a piece of plexiglass, not smiling or talking to you or being friendly at all. It's like they viewed you as some kind of toxic invader that was going to, harm their health or something, and really made you feel uncomfortable. And anybody you met in the store to talk to or got close to, as in within a few feet, would go the other way or not talk to you or go hide because they were fishing in for the fake panic as well. I started shopping at a store that I very, very seldom ever shopped at. The prices were always in my mind a little high. And yes, they are. On some items they are high. Or a 50 cents or $1 higher, depends on the item. This one store, it won't be on sale at, but yet the stores I used to shop at, it'd be on sale. So there's been quite a few things in this last little while I've just plain done without, because I refuse to pay $12 for something that you can buy across town on a bad week for $7.46. So it's kind of because I didn't or couldn't chance or didn't feel like chancing these other stores, doing without certain things for this last little while, has caused some unnecessary problems, and I am trying to slowly accustomize myself back to the outdoors, back to other people, back to the noise, back to the crowds, back to being a part of society per se, other than hiding in your apartment for years like I did, or house like I did. Mentally, it takes a toll on a person where they start to feel like they're some kind of hermit or outsider. You go weeks, or longer without speaking to another person. You feel like you've lost your ability to communicate because you don't use it like you're used to, and you feel weird when you see other people. Like, should you avoid them? Are they gonna pose a threat to you? Because you're not around people like you're used to. Like, my jobs, virtually all of them, were very customer service orientated, whether I was neck deep in retail, or I was doing my deliveries like I was, or if I was working night crew, night shift, then there still was co-workers, managers, and if you were lucky, you could see a few customers before you punched out at 7 o'clock in the morning to go home. So yeah, I was finally able to get things together, finally able to make the run out to get some groceries. I've been kind of living on what I had around the apartment here, getting by with maybe somebody else bringing me a bag or two now and again, or maybe a quick run out to the corner store at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning and buying food there, which gets insanely expensive, but it kind of is what it is. And yes, they did give me paper bags. Oh, I guess I should be corrected there. I had to pay for paper bags, and they were 15 cents a piece, where the plastic ones were only a nickel, and they were far more useful than the paper bags are. The paper bags don't even have handles, so I guess that kind of means that I'm going to have to track down, order off of online some reusable shopping bags that I can use. I imagine if I were to have looked hard enough, the store probably had their $3 reusable bags that I could buy and keep washed up and use. but I was starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed, and I still had the task of carrying everything up the stairs and eventually putting it all away. I did manage to carry everything up the stairs, and I put away the cold stuff, and I will work at the canned goods and the warm stuff for a while, and it does feel good to have groceries in the cupboards. Looking back on certain times in my childhood, having groceries in the cupboards were a little bit hard to have or hard to get. And when I became an adult and had adult money, I would overbuy groceries. I would buy multiples of things, and I very seldom ever ran out of anything because I always had a backup and a backup for the backup on hand, plus, the half a bottle that I was already currently using. And over the last year and a half, a bit, some of those backups have dwindled. Some of those extras I used to collect, disappeared, and I started buying flats of noodles or cases of soup or cases of macaroni. Got away from buying, the frozen or fresh or perishable stuff because I knew the stuff would keep way longer, and if I rationed it, I could stay inside far longer than I could have if I actually ate the food that and bought perishable food and stuff like that. I know it's flawed. I know it doesn't work. Trust me, it doesn't work. It makes sense, kind of, sort of, not really. At least it did make sense to me when I was hiding out like a hermit and living off of instant noodles and things like that. However, you have to eat semi-frequently and hopefully a little better, and everything starts to work together. When everything is working together and not fighting each other, then things start to be better. And when things start to be better, then things can maybe get back to normal, like the way they used to be. But yeah, I just thought I'd share a little bit of a happy milestone, something I hadn't done in a while that feels good to do. I blew my budget, of course, on probably about 7 or 8 shopping bags, which, paper bags, which don't really hold much to begin with, and I guess it is what it is. We'll have to regroup and try again maybe next month, and maybe next month I can actually pick up some meat and some of the stuff I'm craving. But little steps, one day at a time, one step at a time, and around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.